Welcome back, everyone. So we're about to get started with day 2 of the robot NABC. Here are results from day 1. So we finished a little over 66%, and we are currently in 28th place. One player had a very, very strong game, and I think this is similar to what happened in the summer event. Although I don't recognize who this player is. I, in fact, don't recognize a large number of these players at the top of the leaderboard who have 70s. Val44 is someone that I've seen before. Santa Fe, someone I've seen before. Cho Rush. Eric Greco's on here. We have Alex Perlin, who's a frequent winner of the Platinum and Stars tournaments. And then here we are down here in 28th. So... but 75 is a pretty big game. You know, that's almost 10 percentage points higher than we're sitting at, which means if they continue getting, only 60% games, we're barely going to squeak ahead of them if we proceed to get a couple of more 66s. But obviously these scores will normalize over the course of the 3 days, so... if we're able to keep a 66 or high 60 average over the 3 days, we'll be right up there in the leaderboards. I think generally to win this thing, you need to have, high 60s or maybe even low 70s for a 3-day average. So we're going to have to do a little bit better than we did yesterday in terms of our scores, but planning to just show up and try and play good solid bridge and see what happens as usual. So, in case you're wondering about some of the match point results, here were the percentages for all of the boards that we played through yesterday. Gonna scroll through these. And then probably get right into day 2. So there we have it. First board. Okay. So remembering, it is a best hand tournament. Count our high cards. No one else at the table has more than that. We have 14 here. Partner's a passed hand. East opens a diamond. Well, I can already see a couple of ways that the field could diverge on this hand. Some players might look at the hand and just say, I have a 5-card club suit. Pretty good. A suit, let's overcall 2 clubs. And I don't think that's so bad. I'm generally not a big fan of 5-card overcalls, especially at match points, against good opposition, which I don't think the robots are. And the reason for that is that good opposition is going to be hungry to double you in part score battles at match points. If you have 1 fewer trump than you normally should for your overcalls at a specific level, then that's going to end up costing you a trick. You're probably going down. You might even go down 200 or 300, and that would be a terrible match point score. So generally, I wouldn't like a 2-club overcall. I think it's probably okay on this hand. It's going to preempt the auction a little bit. It looks like the opponents probably have a major suit fit, whether it's hearts or spades. Maybe they have both major suit fits, and this could get in the way of them finding the correct one to play in. And we're not vulnerable, so if we do get doubled, hopefully we only go for 100. So for both of those reasons, I think 2 clubs is okay. But one bid that I think the field might be very attracted to is a no trump. And I'm kind of tempted to make that bid myself. The 5-card club suit obviously makes the hand a little bit better than just the 14 high card points in general. And the fact that East has opened a diamond in front of us where we have a suit that, assuming West is leading diamonds into us at trick 1, which I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It is East suit, but the robots kind of make random leads. Our Queen of Diamonds is more or less going to play the role of the King of Diamonds. And if we had that hand, Ace King 3rd of diamonds, and the same rest of the structure, everyone in the field would overcall a no trump because they have 15 highs. So there's not a whole lot of difference between those 2 hands. The only small inconvenience is that if West doesn't lead a diamond at trick 1, we're going to need to use a dummy entry to take a diamond finesse. So hand's obviously a little bit worse than having the diamond king, but I think playing strength-wise, I would rather just treat this as a strong no trump, put in the overcall. It can also be somewhat preemptive, right? Like, most players are not going to have a negative double available on West's hand. So if West really is like 4-4 in the majors, overcalling 2 clubs, West can double. They find their spade fit or heart fit, and they get to play 2 of a major. But if I overcall a no trump, West is probably just going to pass with 4-4 in the majors. I mean, West might even pass with 4-5 in the majors. And we might end up in a no trump, possibly going down a trick or 2, but the opponents are going to be making 110 or 140 on their cards. So all those things considered, I think I like a no trump overcall best on this hand. Okay, this is probably the worst case scenario for us, although there's no guarantee that we've done the wrong thing yet. It's still possible the opponents have missed a spade or heart fit. But if the opponents happen to have a diamond fit, obviously I would have preferred to show my suit, because that could allow partner to compete a little bit better. This is, before I pass this out, I do just want to say this kind of reminds me of that hand that we played yesterday, where did I overcall a no trump? Or I balanced with a no trump, right? I was 5-2-1-5, and West had opened a spade, and it came pass to me, and I balanced with a no trump instead of 2 clubs, or passing out a spade, which might have worked better. And the opponents then competed to 2 diamonds, and I then decided to balance with 3 clubs, figuring that on a bad day we still had a club fit, but on a good day we might have a very large club fit, just based on working out the distributions of the hands. So this hand's a little bit different. Our hand's balanced. We don't have a singleton in the opponent's suit this time. The values for our no trump bid are less than we would normally expect. And we also just don't have any surprises for them. There's no, like, ace, queen, 10, 4th of diamonds or something where we could potentially get 3 diamond tricks if they're greedy, and try and set up tricks in that suit. So, but let's think for a second, because partner probably would have bid a 5-card major if they had it over 2 diamonds. So partner's going to be at most 4-4 in the majors. And if we believe the opponent's auction, which, you know, West really should have 4 diamonds for this bid, but West could have 5 of them. Partner's likely to have some clubs over here. So we could once again balance with 3 clubs. Let me think about alternatives for a second. I mean, obviously, if I pass out 2 diamonds, we are expecting to get 2 diamond tricks. We're expecting to get 1 club trick. I mean, maybe a 2nd club trick, but we're going to need some help from partner to do that, assuming partner actually does have a club fit with us. We have potential to get a heart trick, but I feel like it's going to be really difficult to go plus on defense against a 2-level contract. So our choices are, we could pass out 2 diamonds, right? And there are multiple ways to win if we pass out 2 diamonds. I mean, for one, maybe they score 90, and if I do decide to bid 3 clubs, we go down 2. Even undoubled, that could be minus 100 and a pretty bad result. Secondly, maybe the opponents actually have missed a major suit fit. And I don't think necessarily balancing 3 clubs would have them back into it. That would be a little bit weird if West then decided to bid a major suit or something. But if they've missed a major suit fit, then some of the field probably would have overcalled 2 clubs, and the opponents would have found it pretty easily. You know, now that I've sat here and thought about it, I'm somewhat tempted to bid 3 clubs. Let me give partner a random hand with some scattered points, like a scattered 6 count, and see how I feel about our prospects in 3 clubs. Let's give him the King of Spades and King of Hearts, and we'll say, you know what? Let's say 4 small clubs, just to be nice to ourselves. So we're going to lose no diamond tricks if partner has a doubleton diamond. We're going to lose 1 heart trick, 2 spades, and we don't have a ton of entries to partner's hand, but on balance, we'll probably end up losing just 1 club. We could play ace of clubs club out of hand and hope the suit splits 2-2. Yeah, I'm starting to like more and more the prospects of a 3 club bid. I mean, for one thing, if they push up to 3 diamonds, we're content. Maybe we double that, but I think I might just be happy that we've pushed them up a level. Obviously, if 3 clubs gets doubled, we're in huge trouble, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, you know, it worked yesterday. I guess let's give it another shot. Just want to make sure that partner's not playing us for too many high cards. It shows 5 clubs, 15 or more high card points. All right, let's do it. 3 clubs has passed out. Let's see if we've done the right thing. Okay, not really what we were hoping for. But on the bright side, it is looking like they're making potentially even 3 diamonds. If this ace of hearts is from shortness, like a doubleton, for example. They'll be able to score 2 hearts, 4 spades, a club, and then cross-ruff a couple of tricks to get up to 9. So next question is, what contract were they going to end up in if we had just passed over a diamond? I think the answer to that is probably a no trump. I don't expect a lot of players to pass, but I'm just kind of curious. Because if it had gone a diamond, 2 clubs, West probably bids 2 diamonds as well with their hand. I mean, maybe they make a negative double, depending on what their major suit holding is. But West easily could have just bid 2 diamonds there. They get to the same diamond contract, and over that auction, our hand can't really bid again. If we had passed, I think West probably bids a no trump or maybe a spade. East bids a no trump, and that's where they end up playing. I mean, a no trump is definitely going to make. They have 8 top tricks, right? They have 4 spades, 2 hearts, and a club. I guess 7 top tricks. Well, so we've kind of identified our target. I mean, down 1 will be a great score. Down 2 is probably still okay. Although we would much prefer to go down 1 to down 2. Anyway. So ace of hearts a lead. I guess I'm gonna dump the queen and jack of hearts on the first two rounds of the suit. I mean, obviously, if the opponents had some sort of like carding agreements, like don't lead ace from ace third, then this would be an impossible problem to work out. But because the robots frequently just lead aces from a bunch of small cards, like ace fourth or ace fifth even, and because there's no real like lead agreements built into East's thought process, we could potentially convince them not to get a heart ruff. If there is one. So anyway, let's see what happens on the first couple of hearts. So East has cashed a spade, plays a second spade. So this is good news, because now we probably don't have a heart ruff coming. And a third spade. All right. West is turned up with the ace king of spades and the ace of hearts. So East has to have all of the missing cards, which means the king queen of clubs. It's possible that East has king queen doubleton of clubs. We could probably work this out distribution wise, but I think it just has to be correct to lead a diamond to the king and lead a club up, and then play a second round of clubs. Let me think for a second, because if I play back the jack of clubs, it's possible East could win the queen and play a spade back. And I just want to be a little bit careful. So if East has... Let me think about West's shape a little bit. West has two hearts. If they have three clubs and four diamonds, they have four spades. If they have three clubs and five diamonds, they have three spades. And both of those are consistent with the bidding. Because East, despite opening a diamond, might have 4-4-3-2 shape. So we could ruff the third round of diamonds and dummy, and then lead a second trump. And I don't think there's any cost to making this play. You know what? That's not entirely true. I would reveal to the opponents that I have the ace-queen of diamonds. But I think East probably already knows that. We did overcall a no-trump. So I think East is probably placing us with all of these high cards already. I don't think this ever gains either, is the problem. I guess it gains if hearts are 3-3, right? And spades are 4-3. So what is West's shape then? If West has 3 spades, 3 hearts, 3 clubs, and 4 diamonds, and East would be 4-3-4-2. Oh, so this does totally game, right? The issue is, if we play the jack of clubs now, East could win and play 4th spade, and that could promote West's 9 of clubs. So I think we should ruff the third round of diamonds, lead a club towards the jack 10. Wow, West had a 12 count over there. They do get the heart ruff, but there was just nothing we could do about that. 12 count? Did I miscount something? I thought I saw the ace king of spades. Oh, East led the king of spades. Okay, well, you know, good start to the day. We have miscounted. Now, with that said, we do still have this possibility that the opponents were scoring 110 in diamonds, and I think that's fairly likely. So hopefully that's a good result. I guess if players decide to be conservative and pass the south hand, then you might end up going minus 90. We kind of worked out the opponents were going to score 7 tricks and a no trump, right? We can lead clubs, and they're just going to have to cash out. They won't have time to set up a diamond trick. Not sure how I feel about the result on that one, but I mean, it could be good. We'll see at the end of the day. Got a 16 count here. We'll open this a heart. A spade by partner, 2 diamonds by passed hand. We'll make a support double. 2 spades by our partner. Okay. So I mean, we have options. One option is to actually just go low. We could pass 2 spades. I don't think that's such a terrible choice. If we're in a 4-3 spade fit, I mean, I think I would much prefer to play a 6-1 heart fit. So maybe passing 2 spades is a little bit crazy. But I mean, we could, right? The singleton diamond is nice, but if we don't really have a major suit fit, game feels pretty far off. Queen of clubs is not necessarily a great value. We could bid 3 hearts. I think that's probably the bid I'm gonna make. I'm gonna mull it over for a second. Or, we could get hyper-aggressive and bid 3 diamonds, which would be just sort of artificial and game-forcing. I don't think our hand is quite good enough for that, especially because it's starting to sound as if we don't have a real fit anywhere. Like, partner could have given us a little bit of a more positive nudge than bidding just 2 spades if they had a 5-card spade suit. So yeah, we could bid 3 diamonds, but I think that's a bit of an overcommitment. I think I'm just going to take the down the middle approach and bid 3 hearts. Partner will know we have extras, we have extra hearts. If they correct to 3 spades, we'll need to start thinking about whether or not 4 spades is a good contract, because once we know we have a real fit, our hand becomes a lot better. Oh, never mind, partner did the heavy lifting for us. This feels like a little bit of a strange choice, auction-wise, because partner's 2 spades was presumably sign-off or passable. And 3 hearts wasn't a forcing bid, so jumping to game seems like they have misevaluated with the 2 spade bid. But I don't think we have enough to move towards slam. I mean, like, I guess in theory it's possible slam could make. Partner could have ace jack 10 of clubs and the spade queen, and the king of clubs could be on side, which I mean seems somewhat likely given that East wasn't able to open but then overcalled. They might just have a bunch of diamond values. Anyway, I'm just gonna pass 4 spades. We get the king of diamonds lead, king from ace king. And I see, yeah, partner has a little bit of an awkward hand to decide what to do. Well, the play for the first couple tricks is probably out of my control. I imagine East is going to switch to like the ace of clubs or something, or a small club or something like that. And they might get a club ruff, they might not, but I think we'll just have to wait and see. No. He switches to a heart. Okay. I mean, this is not that surprising. If East has the ace king of diamonds and, say, the king of clubs, they might be a little bit worried about switching to clubs. I'm thinking about trying to score a bunch of heart tricks. I don't believe East has 3 hearts for this switch. I think East has a singleton or a doubleton. Let's give ourselves the benefit of the doubt and consider this line of play of like try and set up a ton of hearts to pitch losers from our own hand. So if we win the queen of hearts, we play the queen of spades and a spade to the ace, and let's say the spade suit splits. We ruff a heart, we play a spade back to the king, drawing the last trump, and then we play all the rest of our hearts, pitching losers from the north hand. North only has 1 spade left, and we have 3 clubs in our hand, or in the south hand. So we're still only going to take 10 tricks. Because I was thinking, like, maybe we could actually get away with taking an 11th trick here if we got lucky. It looks like that does not work out, though. So I think yeah, unfortunately, I'm seeing that I might actually need the trumps to split for me to get, I mean, trumps to split 3-2 to make 10 tricks from here. Unless I want to risk letting the opponents have a club ruff. Like, if I just win the queen of hearts and start attacking clubs immediately, I can handle some 4-1 trump splits. But what I was thinking is that if I win the queen of hearts, ooh, okay. I'm seeing some options. Well, no, let me talk through the simple line for a second. So I could win the queen of hearts, and then I could pull 3 rounds of trumps, ending in the south hand. If they split 3-2, I can cash the ace king of hearts, pitching my diamond losers, and then go about setting up the club tricks. Play a club, they win, they tap me in diamonds, I play another club, they tap me in diamonds, but that's my last trump, and now the clubs are set up, I have the rest. But what happens if spades are 4-1? Well, if I take that same line of play, I'm going to have to, I mean, there's a bunch of problems. For one thing, the ace or king of hearts might get ruffed, but even if they don't, then when I go about setting up clubs, I actually get tapped out because I don't have enough trumps to handle letting the opponents in twice with the ace and king of clubs. But what if, instead, I utilize this roughing finesse in diamonds? So I'm thinking I could win the queen of hearts and lead the queen of diamonds. Now, if East covers, we can ruff low and play the ace-king of spades. Now, if the spade suit splits 3-2, this is great. We don't need to even worry about cashing the ace or king of hearts. We can ruff a heart high back to our hand, pull the last trump, and then start working on clubs. And they can't force us because we have the ace-king of hearts still stranded over here, sitting in the south hand, and the jack of diamonds is now set up. If the queen of diamonds does not get covered, I mean, I don't think the queen of diamonds will not get covered. I think 100% East will cover the queen of diamonds. So maybe I should just not worry about this. But yeah, I mean, that looks like a pretty good line to me. We do certainly have some issues if the queen of diamonds doesn't get covered, but I think we'll work those out when we get there. So let's give this a try. So East does cover. We can ruff. Now our jack of diamonds is set up. So we can play the ace of spades, the king of spades. Hopefully everyone follows. They do. And, you know, unfortunately now we just kind of have to strand a bunch of hearts, but we can ruff a heart high and claim. I guess I should play the hand out just in case the opponents make a mistake. No, it's probably not worthwhile. So we do lose 2 clubs, but we at least make our contract. Feels like a pretty flat board, but you never know with some of these things. I mean, as mentioned, I was giving some credit to passing 2 spades earlier. The opponent's clubs being 3-3 is a little bit of a letdown because this means that anyone who, I guess, plays for, you know, like starts playing clubs early is not going to risk a defensive ruff. But with hearts 4-2, I mean, we did kind of work out that there was no way to make 11 tricks when hearts were 4-2. And so if someone tries to go all out to take like 11 tricks or something, maybe they'll end up going down on this layout of the cards. It's possible. But it still feels like a pretty flat board for the second one. Here we have 17. My tendency generally, I mean, outside of the ACBL, which we're technically outside of the ACBL, even though this is an NABC, is to open any sort of balanced hands in the balanced hands with potential singletons in our no trump range and no trump. And so this hand feels like it fits directly into that range. We have 17. It's not as if like we necessarily have rebid problems if we open a club or a diamond with this hand, but the main issue is like if we open a diamond and partner bids a no trump, what are we supposed to do next? Because if we then rebid 2 no, we're overstating our values. If we reverse into spades, we don't have enough diamonds. If we bid 2 clubs, I mean, we're 4-4 in the minors. Normally you wouldn't do this unless you're at least 5-4. Yeah, so you know, if partner bids a no trump, we do kind of have rebid issues, but usually partner will bid a heart. We could then bid a spade, and then we could, you know, when partner bids a no trump, we could then bid 2 or 3 clubs or 2 no trump or whatever it is that we felt like doing, and that would pretty well describe our hand. But I just like opening these in no trump. I mean, It seems to work out fine. Partner transfers to our singleton, that's okay. And here we are. Okay, we get a trump lead, which is a little bit unusual. Well, for starters, some of the field will not be in this contract. So let's try and figure out where the field might end up. We open a diamond. I mean, the field might play in one diamond instead of one heart. It's possible. We don't know what the opponent's hands look like. I mean, one of the opponents might have 5 spades and could bid a spade. One of them might be able to balance, like East might be able to balance a no trump if they have a diamond stopper and some values. So I think objectively, I'm just going to try and take as many tricks as I can in a heart, or 2 hearts, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, this heart lead is away from the ace. That would be nice. Or hopefully East doesn't play the ace. Not great news. Oof. Okay, and now East has continued the Queen of Hearts. So, discarding. I mean, a diamond looks like maybe the most useful discard to make. Keeps a lot of our options open, like in the spade suit and club suit. Although, it's hard to imagine the opponent's giving us a extra spade trick, so maybe I should just pitch a spade here. Okay, let's pitch a spade for now. Oh! West led a singleton heart against this auction, which is a terrible lead, and caught East with ace, queen, jack, 6th in hearts. Well, I mean, it's not the end of the world yet. Okay, but East is just deciding that they want to squeeze our hand a little bit. That's understandable. I guess I will now pitch a diamond. Ace of spades. I see that this is why I kind of wanted to hold on to my 4th spade in case the opponents did something weird like this. East has turned up with an awful lot of high cards. Probably means the ace, queen of diamonds are offside. Man. I was hoping East would continue spades once I dumped the queen, figuring it might be safe. Okay. This doesn't help me. It almost helped me. I mean, if I was able to pull all of these trumps and then pitch my diamond loser, we would be in good shape. I'm not sure who to play the queen of clubs for. I mean, the singleton trump lead is quite bad, but we've now found out that West has a bunch of small spades and decided to lead a singleton trump over a bunch of small spades, which, you know, if they had the ace, queen of diamonds and queen of clubs, I think a spade lead was pretty automatic. So I think I'm still playing West for the club queen. I mean, just on balance. Like, who knows what East was really supposed to do if they had all of those cards, ace, queen, jack of hearts, ace of spades, queen of clubs. It's a 13 count, but North has transferred to hearts. I mean, I could certainly make all but one trick remaining if East has 3 clubs. That would mean East's hand is like ace doubleton, ace queen jack sixth, small doubleton, and 3 small, or queen third. I could cash the king of spades and 3 club tricks if I guess the queen. That means West would have made a mistake by not cashing the diamond ace. I don't think that's what's happening. So I think East probably does have 2 clubs, and therefore 3 diamonds. Yeah, we're going down a boatload on this hand. That's a little unfortunate. Trying to think, is there... So what do I think East shape is? I think East is 2, 6, 3, 2. That's not great news for us, because that means East is going to be able to tap us in diamonds. So if I play a club to the ace and a club to the 10, and it wins, and I play the king of clubs, East can win and play a diamond. Or, sorry, East can rough in and switch to diamonds. We're still okay if East has the diamond 10, I guess. We can take the diamond finesse. This has felt like a bad bad board. Board 3. Alright, I think I'm just going to go with it. Club to the ace, club to the 10. I don't know why, but I'm now like tempted to play the king. Normally the robots give true count in these scenarios. East played the 3 of clubs on the first round. I wish I could have read more into the opening lead, but West just made a bad lead that, I don't know, I guess got super lucky. They led partner suit, right? Even though East hadn't bid. The thing is, I don't think it necessarily costs me to play the king, even if West has the queen of clubs, unless East has the 10 of diamonds, right? Because if I play king of clubs and play another club, West will win, East pitches a diamond, West can cash the diamond ace, and now East is down to just trumps. I will score, I mean, I'll only get 3 tricks from here and go down 3. Whereas if I play the 10 of clubs and it wins, and now I play the king of clubs, East can ruff, but then play a diamond, and if West has the diamond 10, I get tapped anyway. I guess the 10 of clubs, well, picking up the queen of clubs in this spot could get me out for down 2 if East has the diamond 10. Not the phrase that you want to be working with here. I'm not sure this is going to earn me a lot of match points one way or another, so maybe I should just make up my mind and go with something, because it seems likely that if we open a diamond, East is just going to bid some number of hearts, and we're going to make a takeout double, and our partner might sit, or maybe we get to 3 clubs, and no matter how bad things are going in 3 clubs, I don't think we're going to be going down 2 or 3. All right, let's play the king of clubs. Oh, well, that's not great. That's really not what we were hoping for. Wow, what a disaster. So West false carded by playing a low club then a high club, but I guess it cost me a trick here. So now I'm going to be down 4. Not the spot we wanted to get to. What a nightmare of a board. Kind of an unfair showing for opening a no-trump with a singleton. I mean, getting to 2 hearts wasn't necessarily a bad spot on our cards. It's just the 6-1 trump split, and then everything was offside. It was pretty bad. All right, on to board 4. Shake it off. 3 passes. We have 21, if I'm counting correctly. 4 triple 3. I don't see any reason to upgrade this. We'll open 2-no. Partner transfers us to hearts. I'm just going to bid 3 hearts. Partner suggests no trump. Well, we are balanced. I mean, we have a 9-card heart fit, which is obviously kind of nice if we were playing in, say, a heart contract. But I don't expect to get a ton of roughs in my own hand. I think I'm just going to sit for this. East did not double 3 diamonds, so it's a little bit less likely that we'll get a diamond lead, and I have all the other suits double stopped. Yeah, let's give it a go. Seems reasonable. I say it's a little bit less likely we get a diamond lead, and West just shoots one out immediately. King of diamonds, even. Okay. Oh, and now switches to clubs. Well, this is friendly. At least a little bit friendly. Okay, let's see what happens on this trick. So, how do we want to go after the heart suit? Because this is almost a 2-trick difference. If we guess the hearts correctly, we can then set up a diamond trick and we make 11 tricks. If we misguess the hearts, the opponents will get in with a heart and then be able to knock out our club queen. We don't get a diamond. So that would be only 9 tricks. Okay, here's an idea. The opponents don't know that we have a heart fit. In fact, they probably think we only have 2 hearts, given that we've passed 3 no trump. So I'm tempted to lead the jack of hearts out of hand. If West has queen doubleton, or even queen third, I think they're very likely to cover this trick, because they'll think that their partner could have the, ace third, like ace 9 third of hearts or something like that, and if they don't cover, they're just opening up the entire heart suit for us. And so if West doesn't cover, we can hop up with the king, play a heart back to the 9, and be pretty confident that we've done the right thing in the heart suit. That feels good to me. Now, this plan can backfire because West, I think, is pretty likely to know where all of the missing high cards are. East has already turned up with the king of clubs, and West is looking at the ace king of diamonds. So there's not a lot of missing high cards in the deck. So I think West probably knows we have the ace jack of hearts, knows we have the queen jack of diamonds, or maybe queen of diamonds. And that means they could decide to not cover the jack of hearts. Still, I think we'll definitely pick up queen doubleton with West. By doing this, I think West will cover with queen doubleton, because we might have ace jack doubleton, right? They wouldn't want to let us play the jack and have it hold and then play the ace and their queen falls. So yeah, this does feel like the right line of play to me. Okay, we've now set up the hearts, so I guess we can just claim we'll give them a diamond trick. I suppose I can cross in spades and lead the jack of diamonds. I mean, it's very unlikely that West ducks, I think, but I may as well give it a try. Okay, West wins the ace, and now we can take the rest. Oh, West covered from queen third. This was not a holding that I was planning to pick up. If West had played low, I would have hopped up with the king and gone wrong in the heart suit. So, nice result, although it's very possible that, well, for starters, we got to no trump instead of hearts. That has to be good, because in hearts, people will just be losing the ace king of diamonds, and then they'll have a trump guess. Which maybe they pick up, maybe they don't, but 660 is going to do better. But sometimes the robots just cover a card if they don't think it matters. And here, if we really did have ace jack doubleton of hearts, West was probably sitting there thinking, oh, of course Declarer will run the jack of hearts, I may as well put up the queen, it's no cost. But that's a silly way of thinking about it, but the robots aren't like trained to do anything else. Either way, good result, kind of makes up for our board 3 blunder a little bit. Pass by our partner, 1 heart by East. We will make a takeout double, 16 count. 3 hearts by West, preemptive it looks like, or maybe mixed, depending on what that explanation is. Partner bids 3 spades as a passed hand. 4 hearts by East will definitely bid 4 spades. And, oh wow, this is quite the hand, isn't it? So the opponents had 11 hearts between them. Generally, that means the extra length that wasn't shown in the auction tends to be divided 1-1. We did see a hand yesterday where our robot partner ended up preempting to the 3 level with 5 card support for our suit, as opposed to normally preempting to the 4 level with that type of hand. And this could mean, especially because the opponents didn't even find the save in 5 hearts, which looks like a pretty good sacrifice at these colors, most other suits are going to tend to split fairly well for us. So that probably means that the club suit is going to break well. And if that's the case, we can pitch a heart loser, throw a diamond. I mean, it's very unlikely that we will be able to somehow end play someone, but I mean, if he started with king, queen, doubleton of diamonds and doesn't, I guess even if they do unblock the suit, they might still get end played. So we have chances for 12 tricks after this lead. But first things first, let's pull trumps. We kind of expect the suit to split 2-2 based on our analysis that someone might have saved, but that's not the case. Interesting. Doesn't really harm our chances. East pitches a diamond, which is probably not great news for us. So let's test the club suit. Clubs do split. So we can ruff the heart and exit a diamond and hope that this goes the way we want, but East has the jack of diamonds to cash. So we are making 11 tricks. I mean, we could have taken 11 even if they had started with a heart. We would be able to pitch 2 diamonds on our long clubs, lose only a diamond and a heart. No cost for them on the opening lead. But it feels like a pretty good result because the opponents have a great save in 5 hearts. Unfortunately, I think that board's going to be pretty flat. Everyone in the room will make a takeout double with our cards, and then everyone in the room will raise 3 spades to 4, and no one's going to have to face the decision of, do we bid to 5 spades over 5 hearts? Do we double them? That's where I think a lot of these match point events get fairly interesting, especially at a high level, because most of the East-West pairs will be putting a lot of pressure on North-South by finding the 5 heart save. How bad is it, just to get a sense? So they lose a spade, a diamond, and 2 clubs. They're down 2 for 300, which means par on this hand is going to be 6 hearts doubled, down 3 for 500. Some pairs might find it. Wait, did I do this correctly? Yeah, 6 hearts doubled, down 3 for 500. And some pairs might even find that save if we do push on to 5 spades. So not a particularly challenging battle that the opponents put us through on that one, but it is kind of an interesting match point hand from that perspective. Board 6, East passes. I don't know why I looked at this hand and felt like a no trump was a good opening bid. I mean, maybe it is, but I'm just going to open a club. That seems like a pretty sensible thing to do. Partner bids a heart, we get a takeout double. Well, I guess I'm going to redouble. What I'm concerned about is I'm going to redouble. West is going to bid 1 spade, or West might even bid 2 spades. And it's going to come pass back to me, and I'm going to want to bid 3 clubs in that case. But I think my robot partner is going to expect me to have like a massive amount of points for this 3 club bid, which I just don't have. So I could try and walk delicately on this one and bid like 2 clubs here. This would limit our hand in terms of high cards immediately, and then when they get to 2 spades, we could like make a takeout double or something. I don't like that strategy. I think I'm gonna, let's get our 5-3 heart fit or potential 5-3 heart fit in the picture. And if partner goes ballistic because we bid 3 clubs later, then so be it. But, ooh. This is not what I expected, but I think this is probably good news for us. It looks like the opponents are not going to be bidding over 2 hearts, so I'm... What? I mean, this auction's impossible, but I think the opponents have done the right thing. Oh no. So 1 no trump is not forcing, 8 to 11 high card points. 3 hearts is now forcing to 3 no trump. And West forgot to bid spades on their first time around. Like, it didn't occur to me that I needed to continue preempting this auction because West had forgot to bid the suit that his partner showed earlier. This is kind of a nightmare now because I have no defense and we could easily have a good save. Or maybe partner has defense and the opponents are actually just going down. I think I trust East in this auction. Like, obviously I don't trust West. West is a complete buffoon. But East doesn't look like they've done all that much wrong yet. They probably have a pretty distributional hand. They made this takeout double of hearts. Like, East could easily be... You know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's not so clear that we aren't beating 4 spades. Because where are all the clubs, right? West bid a no trump. They have to have some club length, but they also are very likely to have hearts well stopped because they're their partner had made this takeout double of hearts and we've showed this heart fit. So I think West very clearly needs to have some heart length, which means East is going to have heart shortness a lot of the time. I think it's possible that we have 6 clubs, East and West both have 3, and partner has a singleton. Ooh. So we might just have 3 club tricks off the top. That is starting to sound tempting now. And then all we would need is partner to have a heart trick, or maybe partner has a diamond trick or something. We could beat the contract. I'm definitely not going to double 4 spades, but this is making me now a little bit less confident that I should be saving. Because let's say I do save, right? Partner has ace, jack, 10, 5th of hearts and out. Excuse me. We lose 2 spades and 2 diamonds, and then they play a 3rd card in one of those suits tapping us, and West has like king, 4th of hearts. We can maybe pitch some losers on our ace, king of clubs or something, or ace, king, queen of clubs, take the heart finesse, but eventually we're going to lose another heart trick because we don't have enough trumps to take all the finesses. So we're like minus 500. I mean, yeah, it does look like we have a good save if 4 spades is making. But real question is, do the opponents make 4 spades all that often? I'm starting to think this layout of clubs being 6-3, 3-1 around the table is actually somewhat likely. It's possible West is just like faking the club. I mean, obviously West is faking the club stopper, but it is definitely possible that West only has a doubleton club. But still, we might be able to go ace, king, queen of clubs, then promoting a trump trick, or at least force the opponents into an unpleasant guess in the trump suit. I think I'm now leaning towards passing for spades. Okay. And let... Excuse me? West bid and no trump, knowing we have a heart fit. What? Oh my god. I just don't even understand. Okay, well, I guess let's just follow suit for the time being. I do not have... Partner doesn't have the ace or king of hearts. That's great. What? I guess partner does have the ace of hearts and just ducked. This is beyond me. But now what's East's hand? I don't understand. Why are we not just pulling trumps and running diamonds? Or am I have to be going crazy. I mean, I feel like I should play a trump now. But I'm just very confused about the line of play. So East is turned up with, let's try not to miscount high cards now, the ace king of diamonds, the king of hearts, partner's turned up with nothing so far, so I think they do have to have the heart ace and probably the spade king. Otherwise, what could they possibly hold? Yeah, I guess we'll play trumps, try and prevent a cross ruff. You know, if we play back a heart, declare can ruff, ruff a club, ruff a heart, ruff a club, ruff a heart, ruff a club, whatever. Wow. Well, that was horrible. I guess we were supposed to save in 5 hearts. Sorry, partner. Partner basically had the exact hand I called out. Ace, jack, 10, 5th of hearts, and nothing else. I mean, the king of spades happens to be a trick, but... Yikes. West bid their hand like a complete lunatic, but somehow it worked out. I mean, they were able to balance 3 hearts. I don't know what was going to happen if I had raised 2 hearts to 3, or if I did 3 clubs there or something. Presumably West still makes some crazy bid showing spades. But, all right, let's move on. Maybe a bit of an opportunity missed on that one, but... Anyway, we have 11, and I think yesterday I ended up opening an 11, partner bid a major, and I passed. Maybe we'll give that a try again. So I've opened a club, partner bid a spade. Now normally I would never pass here, but in this best hand format, I've just kind of found out that well, the robots would not have opened my hand. They would have passed. And maybe some players in the field would also pass. So we could potentially be already a little bit ahead. But more to the point is that I do not want partner to make a game try. And the robots will be making game tries with all sorts of like 9, 10, and 11 counts. And the fact that we have 11 makes it much more likely that partner's in that range. And we're not accepting any game tries. I can't think of a single one I would accept. Like even if partner showed a side heart suit, I probably wouldn't, just on the basis of my weak trumps. So I'm just going to pass a spade, and we'll play it here. We get a diamond lead. All right. I think I have a pretty straightforward approach to this one. I'm going to win the ace of diamonds and lead a spade towards the jack. And hopefully East will win and be too afraid to switch to clubs. That way we can pull a second round of trumps and then play all of our diamonds, pitching our club losers. Okay, well, if West wins... Oh, but West just plays back a diamond. So he slid the 7, is followed with the 6. Looks like a doubleton to me. We do still get the opportunity to play a second trump, though. So I guess I will do that. I'm just briefly thinking about all the consequences, like what if spades are 4-1? But now it seems right to lead a spade now. Third diamond. So the opponents do have a trump outstanding. We can pitch our last club loser. And kind of like a Grosvenor a little bit, playing, well, not a Grosvenor, but I think we should play low. I mean, it doesn't help us to play the queen or jack. If it wins, it's not like East has led away from king doubleton of hearts. So West will always cover this. You know, maybe there's some chance that hearts are actually 5-1 and West started with singleton king. We were going to play the heart suit that way anyway. All right, they can have a heart trick. But plus 140, which feels like a okay result. I mean, I understand why West, when they got in with the spade, was afraid of switching to clubs. King doubleton is not a particularly great holding to lead into the ace third. But East easily could have let a club at trick 1. I think a diamond lead is sensible. It is an unbid suit, so that has some merit. I mean, a heart lead also sensible for kind of the same reason. You're looking to try and get a ruff. Anyway, on to board 8. Partner opens a diamond. We have 13. Singleton king of diamonds, likely to be an okay value in partner suit. There is some potential to just like, because we know that this is not a hand where slam is going to have a lot of play, we could just bid 4 hearts. And maybe this would confuse the opponents about what our hand looks like. I think that is probably going to be the game contract we end up in. Like, I don't really see myself deciding to pass 3 no trump at some point in this auction, but maybe I'll be convinced otherwise. So we could do this. I'm tempted to think that this might not be a good decision, though. Because the robots tend to believe that preempts don't have outside aces and kings. And for the most part, we don't. Like, the king of diamonds is in partner suit, but they're probably going to assume dummy might have that card a decent amount of the time. So one way you can get away with these like preempts on stronger hands against the robots is if you have outside aces and kings, where they just end up playing their partner for those cards and lead away from their aces, or, you know, just cash aces because setting up your king doubleton or something, We don't have any of that. Like, it still could be right to just blast. I don't know. Let's go slower. Let's play this as if I was sitting at a real table. I'll bid a heart, partner bids a spade. I'm going to bid 2 clubs, game forcing. Partner bids 2 no. I will bid 3 hearts, partner bids 3 no. So we're at this point in the auction, and now we need to kind of make our decision. Are we happy to just let partner play 3 no, even though we have this heart suit that's honestly going to play just fine opposite of void? One of the issues is, like, let's imagine partner doesn't have the ace of diamonds and partner has a void in hearts. We probably have no entries to our heart suit. We might lose all of these potential heart tricks. Whereas playing in a heart contract, we could ruff a diamond to get back to our hand, play the ace of hearts, the queen of hearts, ruff another diamond to get back to our hand, and pull all of the trumps, even if partner has no hearts. What do they think I've showed with 3 hearts? I'm curious. Rebiddable hearts. The thing is, I think partner is odds on to bid 3 no with a singleton heart in this auction, like a small singleton, because they might expect us to have a hand that's like king, queen, 6th of hearts, and we're really just looking for a 6-2 fit, but we're content to play 3 no. We have like a balanced hand with some outside honors. What if partner does have a good hand for no trump, though? Like, what if our king of diamonds is an entry to the hearts and their queen jack of clubs is also an entry? Like, partner has king, 3rd of clubs, and the ace of diamonds. I guess I can fill in a full hand. Let's say partner has the ace, queen of spades, the king of clubs, and the ace of diamonds. How's the defense going to go? I mean, we might get a spade lead into the ace-queen. We'll win. Lead a club to the queen. Let's say that holds. We go ace of hearts, queen of hearts, knock out the king of hearts. They play another spade. We win. It's looking like opposite that hand, I would prefer to play in 4 hearts, right? Like, maybe they get a club ruff, but at least I will be able to score my long club tricks, whereas here it looks like the opponents are setting up spades in a no-trump contract. Yeah, let's pull this to 4 hearts. Oh. Sure. Yeah, that's totally the hand I was expecting you to hold, partner. Thank you. 6 diamonds and 4 spades, huh? With the singleton king of hearts. Feels like a bit of a 4-heart bid to me. I mean, let's remember, my 2 club bid was not natural. It was artificial, so there's no guarantee that king doubleton of clubs is enough to protect that suit. Well, 2 spades lead, I guess I will play low. I'm not thinking about this trick. I'm trying to decide what to do next. We know West is following. I think I'm just going to lay down the ace of hearts and hope that the suit splits. Like, it's true we could guard against 5-1 hearts if West has the club ace. by unblocking the heart king, crossing to the diamond king, and then pulling all of the trumps, and using the king of clubs to get back to North's hand to deal with our fourth round of clubs. That seems like a bit of a risk. It's true that East is unlikely to have the club ace. They've already turned up with 8 high card points, ace, king, jack of spades. But I think 5-1 hearts is pretty unlikely as well. So which is more unlikely, 5-1 hearts or East having the ace of clubs? I don't know. I think I'm just going to go with my gut on this one. Let's play ace of hearts, queen of hearts. Great, hearts split. Or hearts split well enough. Now we can knock out the club ace and pitch our loser on the queen of spades if necessary. So 420. Found a pretty good opening lead for them. With the 10-9 of clubs dropping, they actually did need to get their 2 spade tricks in. Otherwise I could unblock the diamond king, cross to the heart king, pitch a spade, and then eventually just knock out the club ace and the 8 of clubs would set up. All right, flat board, on to board 9, pass. We have a 17 count here, but this hand I think is a little too good for a no trump opener. I'll just open a spade. Partner bids 2 spades. I guess I'm gonna, I mean, 3 no is kind of the bid I want. Wow, 3 no shows 20 to 21. What do they think 2 no shows? I'm curious. Unspecified shortness game try. Fascinating. What am I supposed to do with 18 to 19 then? I guess they would expect me to just bid 4 spades. That's reasonable, I guess. The thing that's attractive to me about 3-0 is I just have like these sources of tricks. Obviously the singleton ace of clubs is not the most ideal for playing in 3-0 trump as opposed to 4 spades, but I'm very worried about my lack of aces, which is a problem in no trump as well. But maybe the opponents, make a mistake on opening lead. They don't lead a club. Or maybe it's not a mistake, but West has a natural diamond or heart lead or something. And so we get to set up our 9 tricks before they come to 5. Partner should be pulling with a doubleton. And if partner has a doubleton, it's likely in diamonds. I think I'm going to offer 3-0. This is going to look very silly when the opponents take the first 4 heart tricks and partner just has the ace of spades and ace of diamonds, but let's give it a try. We'll see. Okay, partner pulls. No harm. Although this might have dictated a different opening lead, of course. Get the 2 of spades lead. Okay. Well, we know spades are 3-1. Because the robots lead high from a doubleton trump. I guess I am going to pull all 3 trumps. I don't know what I would do normally against human opponents at match points. I think I would be very tempted to win the spade ace and lead a diamond to the king immediately at trick 2. The reason I might want to do that against humans and not the robots is that with spades 3-1, humans will be able to signal and figure out that they need to switch to hearts. The robots won't be able to do that. They don't read each other's signals, or, I mean, they tend to give generally honest signals, but they don't follow their partner's signals. So ultimately my plan is going to be to lead a diamond to the king, hope West has the diamond ace and that they win it, and then I'm hoping, again, that they'll be afraid of switching to hearts away from heart honors and might just play back a diamond. We can pitch a heart loser, ruff a heart, and then use the king of clubs to pitch our other heart loser. So let's pull 3 rounds of trumps. East has pitched a club. And a diamond. That 7 to diamonds discard is not great news for me. Okay, well, plan is in action, and we get a diamond return. Look at that. Excellent. So we can just claim we'll be able to pitch the heart, unblock the club ace, ruff a heart, and they've lost a heart trick. So 450, nice result. Maybe part of that was influenced by West thinking that our no trump bid was likely to contain the heart king. So that worked out in our favor. Anyway, on to board 10. We have an 11 count here. Like, I'm almost tempted to open 2 hearts because, again, at a best hand format, we kind of suspect that this is only a part score type deal. Obviously, we could make a game, but generally, partner would need to have a little bit more than 11 highs for us to make game when we just have, what is this, 6 losers or something in our hand. You know, I kind of like this idea, actually. 2 hearts might be a very sensible attempt to steal the auction. I'm a bit worried that, well, there's a couple things that can go wrong. Obviously, if I open 2 hearts and the opponent's bid over me, I don't feel great anymore. Because now, you know, I kind of want to compete to 3 hearts, but then I've like really distorted my hand a little bit. So I might just have to pass if they get to 2 spades or 3 diamonds or 3 clubs or something. So that's something that could go wrong with this. One of the things I was going to say is, you know, it is technically possible that we have a better suit to play in elsewhere. Like, we might actually prefer to play in spades if partner has a long spade suit with a singleton heart. Anyway, I'm going to give this a go. East has already passed. I think it's unlikely East will come back into the auction, so we just need to fade a bid from West. Okay, double from East. I am going to express some interest in bidding again. Redouble. All right. Not the end of the world. Partner has decided to compete, maybe thanks to the presence of our redouble. Ooh. All right. I mean, my defense is not stellar on this hand, but I do have 3 spades. I have a side source of tricks in the king, queen of clubs, both of which have the potential to take club tricks if East has the club ace. I have a singleton, and I have the ace in my suit. Obviously, the bad news is I think East probably has Um, a singleton or maybe even a void in hearts. I'm going to double. Let's see what happens. Maybe partner pulls to 4 hearts. It is starting to look as if maybe this is an auction, or not this auction, but this is a spot that a lot of players in the field would reach. You open a heart, partner bids a no trump, East makes a takeout double, you bid 2 hearts, goes 2 spades, partner bids 3 hearts or something, pass, pass, West balances in with 3 spades, pass, pass, back to you. Let me think about that, though. I do believe it's possible players might sell out to 2 spades in a similar auction. And if that's the case, we're already kind of ahead. So we open a heart. Partner bids a no trump. East makes a takeout double. We bid 2 hearts. All of this seems normal. And let's say West bids 2 spades here. Now, I think partner will bid 3 hearts in that auction, so it probably does go then pass, pass, 3 spades, pass, pass. Okay, so what are our chances of beating this? I mean, that is hard to say. It feels as if the opponents might be in a 5-4 spade fit. You know, West has this hand with 5 spades that they felt was just not quite good enough to overcall over 2 hearts. If partners' values are like the king, queen of hearts, we're in bad shape on defense. Let's say we get a heart and 2 clubs. We need 2 more tricks from partner's hand somewhere. I mean, those could come from ace of diamonds, diamond rough. Like partner leads a heart to our ace, we win, diamond to the ace, diamond rough. That's only 4 high card points. We know partner has closer to 10 or 11. All right, I'm tempted to make the match point double here. Maybe partner pulls, maybe they don't. And what's the lead? King of hearts. Wow. Okay. Dummy has a doubleton heart. So we're hoping that partner has king doubleton of hearts here. This would be huge. No! Oh, that's not good news. Partner had king, queen, third of hearts and didn't raise us the first time around. Although the opponents are in a 4-4 spade fit, but it's starting to look like they just have the whole diamond suit. This is a disaster. So we needed, what, a low club at trick 1 to beat this? I unblocked the king, queen of clubs. And then play a heart to partner's king so that they can cash the club ace and then give us a diamond rough. I mean, that was never happening, obviously. That's tough. Yeah, not a very good result there. So if we do open a heart, I mean, West is probably the one who makes a takeout double then. We'll open a heart, West doubles, North, I don't know, might try and show a 3-card limit raise somehow. I don't know if that means starting with redouble or doing something else, or maybe they bid 2 no. we might have just been in a terrible spot anyway. I mean, we're cold for 4 hearts, which is another problem on this hand. I obviously didn't give partner the ability to make a real judgment, but I don't think partner was ever going to bid 4 hearts with their hand on their own if we just opened a heart and rebid 2 hearts. I am curious, though, if partner should have pulled to 4 hearts, just thinking that 3 spades doubled was probably making, given that they have such strong hearts and spade shortness. Like, I can't imagine where they believe our hand is going to produce like 3 defensive tricks, having preempted 2 hearts in second seat. So it feels kind of right to just pull to 4 hearts on the north cards on the basis that you don't want to go minus 730. And we would have been rewarded here if they had found that bid. Yeah, just unfortunate result. Anyway, let's continue on. We'll soldier on. We have 15 here, 6 card spade suit. We'll open a spade. Partner bids a no trump, and we have to decide what to do. So a couple of options. We could bid 3 spades, which might be the value-ish bid on this hand. I don't like it. 6-3-2-2 isn't great shape. I'm kind of like missing the 10 of spades for me being happy about that type of bid. Like king queen 10 6th is much better than king queen 9 6th, because partner's often going to have a singleton or sometimes a doubleton. So we could bid 3 spades, which might be kind of the value bid. We could go low and bid 2 spades, also possible. Just kind of a minimum opener with some spades. I don't think that's so bad either. Or we could kind of go in between with like a 2 club bid. And the nice thing about the 2 club bid is like it keeps the auction a little bit lower. So if partner has, a good hand, they can rebid 2 no, and then we'll probably end up in 3 no trump. Maybe we miss a 6-2 spade fit, but that's okay. We have a bunch of scattered honors and our short suits, which is probably okay for no trump. If partner shows the 3 card limit raise, we of course get to game, which I guess we would do on all of our layouts. If partner passes 2 clubs, we're a little bit sad. We would then have preferred to rebid 2 spades, I think. But, this allows for kind of just a wider variety of auctions that we can get into later. Like partner might raise 2 clubs to 3 clubs. Then we could rebid 3 spades. Partner now kind of knows what our hand looks like. We have a long spade suit. We, might have some club length, which I guess we do. We have 3 of them. Yeah, makes sense to me. I think I'll give it a shot. Okay, partner rebids 2 spades, so this is a false preference. Partner has a pretty weak hand with, they say 2 to 3 spades, but it could be 1 spade if partner's like 5-5 in the red suits, for example. I think I'm content to just play at the 2 level. Here, we once again have a ton of losers on the outside, so even if partner produces the magical like jack doubleton of spades, I think game is pretty far off. Maybe 3 no, but I think 4 spades is a little bit too much. Okay. Well, we appear to have what looks like a loser in every suit at the very least. Not a ton of dummy entries. It would be nice if we were able to cross to North's hand, lead a heart towards the queen, try and get a heart discard. but we don't really have that capability. So I think we're going to use our dummy entries to take spade finesses. And then the question is just, what's the percentage play in the spade suit? This is probably one I should know off the top of my head, but we can work it out for a second. So low to the king, and then low to the queen. I mean, one thing I know about the robots, there's no chance West is ever ducking the ace of spades. So if I lead a spade to the king and West doesn't play the ace, we know the ace is onside. So I think we're basically picking up any 3-2 split that we other than maybe ace-jack doubleton of spades with West. We'll play a spade to the king, West wins the ace, and then we'll probably take the finesse on the next round. It's a little bit different against humans. Now, I mean, maybe human players would also very likely win the king of spades with the ace, but a astute human player might duck from ace doubleton or ace third. Well, ace third is not going to help them much, but ace doubleton, for example. And then declare it could go wrong by leading to the queen on the next round. So in that case, if a human player did play the ace, it's probably because they have ace-jack doubleton. And then you could try and pick that up by leading low to the queen on the second round of the suit. Anyway, I've talked a bit about the spade combination. Looks like I'm going to use my 2 entries to lead spades towards the king and queen. First question, do I duck the opening lead? I think the answer is yes, like pretty clearly yes. Like for starters, West might switch to hearts, which would be great for us. We could then use the heart discard to pitch a club. Additionally, if this diamond lead is from queen doubleton, I don't want to give West the opportunity to like win the ace of spades later, cross to partner's hand in diamonds, and then get a third round of diamonds through for like a trump promotion. Now, if East plays the king, I think we'll probably have to win the ace, but happy to just play low at trick 1. Jack of diamonds is continued. East plays the 6. Okay. Well, there's some good news and some bad news. I mean, it's possible the diamonds split, in which case we don't have to worry about this trump promotion problem. But if East is still sitting on the king 9 of diamonds remaining, then maybe if East hops up with the spade ace, we are going to see a trump promotion with the second round of diamonds coming through. Oh, actually, I have an idea, right? If I play, so I'm going to play a club to the king, and then lead a spade. And if East hops up with the spade ace to play a diamond, I can just start pitching losers from my hand. I can pitch a club loser, and if East plays another diamond, I can now pitch a heart loser. And now East is out of diamonds. Hopefully West hasn't been able to void themselves in clubs in the process. And so then I should be able to pick up the trump suit. Yeah, this seems like a good plan. East does hop up with the spade ace and plays the king of diamonds. All right. You know, sadly, West sticking in that 10 of clubs makes me think that it's possible to now end play West. So now give me a second, because if East has the jack of spades and West has the king of hearts and queen of clubs, I can ruff with the 9 of spades, run the trumps, and then West gets strip squeezed. So we would make 4. It's not a crazy idea. I mean, obviously we could revert back to this plan that I'd come up with, which is discard a club on this diamond, discard a heart on the next diamond. And even if West has the Jack of Spades, as long as West has both the club and heart honors, they're still getting strip squeezed. So I could still even rough in with the 9 of Spades, West over roughs, and then returns a trump, but I can perform the same squeeze against West. It would require counting out the distribution, and that's not always the easiest thing to do. Now, I mean, another thing is maybe East just had the singleton ace of spades, in which case, if I pitched a club and then pitched a heart, I would still have a trump loser. So my plan wouldn't gain anything, and instead it would have been much better to play for this strip squeeze against West. Okay, you know what? I think I am ready to rough with the 9. Like, it also works out great if East has made a mistake and diamonds are 3-3. Now I just have the rest and I make 11 tricks. Let's give it a shot. Oh ho ho, West has thrown a club. Not great news. I mean, still fine, right? Like, still completely fine. We can cash the club ace, play a heart to the ace, rough a diamond, and then exit, and eventually we'll score the last 2 trump tricks, but really was hoping that West would follow to this trick. As long as East doesn't rough the ace of clubs. Oh, God. Oh, it's so painful. And East didn't even return a heart. So I guess that means East has the heart king. Otherwise, West is now actually still getting squeezed. I need to be a little bit more careful about counting. West has discarded, I think, 3 clubs. We've played 2 rounds, so there's only 1 club left. So we can exit a club to throw West in. And East pitched a diamond on this trick, so it's completely safe to take the finesse. Oh, that is brutal. We only made 110. I mean, we got plus score. So that's probably the good news on this board. Because some players will be rebidding 3 spades on our hand and might take a somewhat similar line of play. Like, obviously, I could have played a heart to the ace and taken the spade finesse when I found out West did not have the jack of spades earlier. but I was still under this illusion that maybe I should play for the strip squeeze. Oh no, 110. Well, anyway, plus score is probably all right. On to board 12. Partner opens a diamond. We have a 14 count. I will bid a heart. Partner bids 2 clubs. And I think I'm just going to stick this in 3 now. We could, of course, bid 2 spades and go fishing for a 5-3 heart fit, but my spades are so good and my hearts are so bad that I would rather play this in no trump than a 5-3 heart fit. My only worry is that a club looks like the best opening lead for them, and partner could have a shaky club suit. But I think odds are they probably just lead a spade at trick 1. Okay, we would have got to 3-0 anyway. Club was the right lead for them. They did lead a spade at trick 1. All of my predictions are coming true. All right, let's see what happens at trick 1. East plays the queen of spades. We'll win the ace. Yeah, and now we're going to need to do a little bit of thinking. I guess it's tempting to play a diamond to the jack right now. I mean, we're definitely making the contract. Yeah, knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't change. But we could get away with 4 diamonds, 3 spades, and the ace of hearts and ace of clubs. I think if I misguess the diamonds, like let's say East has the queen of diamonds, then East was likely to return a spade. We'll win, but now I want to go after the heart suit. And so that means I want to preserve an entry to my hand to be able to get back to the stranded jack of spades later. I mean, maybe the opponents will play a 3rd round of spades anyway, and we don't lose that trick, but that's why I think I want to preserve the ace of diamonds in hand. Okay, let's give it a try. Well, that's one way to pick up the diamond suit. West just covers the 10 with the queen. I mean, makes some sense. Maybe West has queen doubleton. We were going to go correctly anyway. And now we need to go after hearts, I presume. So yeah, how do we want to go after the heart suit? I mean, probably just ace of hearts, heart to the queen. We don't really have great entries to try anything else. Like, sure, we could play a spade over and a heart to the 10. I don't really see any reason to do that as opposed to playing East for the king of hearts. Like, it might pick up a couple more holdings. Let me think about this for a second. Heart to the 10 picks up the... So I think 3-3 heart holdings, I'm breaking even, right? Whenever the king of hearts is with East, I always pick it up. Whenever the jack of hearts is with West, I always pick it up. Okay, maybe everyone followed that, but if I go ace of hearts, heart to the queen, and East has king, 3rd of hearts, regardless of the location of the jack, I'm basically 50-50. And instead, if West has the jack of hearts and I lead a low heart to the 10, then I'm also getting 4 heart tricks. So both of those seem equally likely, which means I can think about some 4-2 breaks. Now, if West has King Doubleton or Jack Doubleton in hearts, low to the 10 will pick up 2 tricks in the suit. If East has King Doubleton, Ace of Hearts and a heart picks up 2 tricks, but if East has Jack Doubleton, it does not, unless it's exactly Jack 9 Doubleton. So I guess like a low heart to the 10 is technically percentage. Do I have the entries to unblock everything though? Because that makes this a little more complicated. So spade to the king, heart to the 10. Let's say we get the perfect layout. East has... Oh, no, it's much worse, right? Because if East has king third of hearts and West has Jack third, East could just duck when we lead a heart to the 10. I don't think they will, but it's possible. And that means we only get 2 heart tricks as opposed to 4. Got it. So then it probably just is Ace of Hearts, heart to the queen, I think. This could have an added bonus though, right? Like, let's say West has King, Jack, third of hearts, and I go Ace of Hearts, heart to the queen. West might think that we have exactly 4 hearts for our auction, 3 no trump, and they might cash the Jack of Hearts. And that will set up all of our heart tricks. Okay, let's do it. All right, you guys get a trick. Jack of spades is good. Hearts are unfortunately not good. You know, just in case I have missed something, it's completely safe to play the 8 of hearts. I think East has the Jack remaining. They do. Okay. 11 tricks. 660. Well... obviously, a club lead would have worked out better for the defense there, but happy with our result on the board. We're halfway through. Partner opens a club. We get a 3 diamond overcall by East. So we could make a negative double, which apparently shows 4-4 in the majors. What are we supposed to do if we only have 1 major? I don't know. Alternatively, we have a lot of clubs. So partner's limited to 15, but I don't think that precludes the possibility of us making a grand slam on this one. Partner could have a singleton diamond, the ace fourth of clubs, the ace of spades, and the king queen of hearts would be a 13 count, and we would be cold. Or if partner only has the king of hearts, we would need to hook the queen of hearts for 13 tricks. So... it looks to me like we should be headed towards a slam, possibly in clubs. I mean, I would love to find a heart fit, but I'm worried now that I've hovered the negative double and they think I have spades for this bid, that if I make that bid and partner has 4 spades, we're just never getting to clubs. So what are my options for showing a good hand with club support? Well, we could bid 4 diamonds. A Q-bid that is forcing to force spades. That feels like a really weird contract to be forcing to. It's also not showing club support, which is concerning to me. 4 clubs doesn't even have a description, which is shocking. We could fake a 3 heart bid. I'm not going to do that. Or I guess we could bid key card and clubs. Let me think about the key card and clubs option for a second. I mean, could partner really have won and we're in huge trouble? Thing is, the spade queen might actually be enough to get rid of a diamond loser, even if partner has a doubleton diamond. Like, partner could have ace jack of spades, we take a spade finesse through the non-preemptor. Or maybe partner has 3 diamonds and the king of spades. And so East leads a diamond, which knocks out our ace, but when West gets in with the spade ace, they don't have another diamond to cash. I think if I only had one bid to make, I think 6 clubs would be a practical bid. I'm just thinking about the possibilities of a grand, and they still seem in the picture. I'm not really concerned with any responses to key card. I really wish that we had a bit of a slower way to find out if partner has the perfect hand for 7. But let's start with 4-no. And if partner does show 2 with the queen, well, if partner shows 2 with the queen, I think we actually might be comfortable not bidding a grand, because the queen of clubs we know is somewhat wasted. I suppose final consideration is, do we want to play this hand in clubs or no trump? If we just have 12 cashers off the top, then 6 no trump would be much better than 6 clubs, even if we could take a 13th in clubs some of the time. All right, let's see what partner does in response to 4-no. Partner shows 1, so I think that means we just sign off at the 6th level, and 6 clubs feels like the right place. Here we go. Well, if only there was a way to find our heart fit, but I guess there just isn't. We do get the fabled ace-jack of spades opposite our queen, though. And I think it's important to try the finesse immediately. So king of diamonds goes to the ace. And we should lead the queen of spades. Take the finesse. Ah! No! Disaster. Oh! This couldn't have gone worse. Down 3. Well, I mean, with the hearts splitting 5-0, we were going to be in trouble regardless, because even if the spade finesse had won, we were planning to cross in hearts. That was just a tough hand all around. Still really wish that we had a negative double available to us. I don't know. I mean, maybe I should have doubled anyway, and if partner bid spades, we pull the clubs and just pray. I'm just very worried, though, with that description that we're promising 4 spades for this bid. Feels like a bit of a flaw in the Gibbs system. I think a lot of players will just bid make the double, and so they probably end up in hearts, although I'm not certain. I don't know what North does over the negative double. Maybe they bid spades instead because they think their spades are stronger. And then it's all on South. Like, what does South do? Does South want to push for a slam in hearts then, or something else? There are ways we could win the board. I mean, if someone gets doubled in one of these contracts, they're going to be going down more than 300. Yuck. I thought we were onto something. I mean, partner had kind of a pretty good hand for us. We just needed East to have you know, maybe a singleton club and a singleton heart, and we were going to be in great shape. Not the king of spades as well. Okay, on to board 14. Doesn't feel like a great result when you freely bid to a slam and go down 3, especially in a bit of a weak field like this. Let's open a diamond. Partner bids a heart. We get a spade from East. We could bid 2 clubs. We could bid a no trump. I'm tempted by a no trump because I have spades stopped. Why do they always raise to 2 now? Okay, let's think for a second, because I have 13, but the jack of spades is pulling a bit of extra weight because East is very likely to have the king, queen of spades. The singleton heart is not bad news for us, although maybe the opponents can take a bunch of heart tricks. And I have a 5-card diamond suit, although it's not the prettiest. I'm happy to go to 3 now. The 10 of clubs might be the card that pushes me over into accepting the game. All right, we get the 10 of spades lead. So 4 clubs, 2 diamonds, and 2 spades basically off the top. We just need an extra trick somewhere. The scare is what happens if West gets in and gets wise and switches to hearts, as opposed to continuing the spade suit. Let's see. Other question is, do we want to duck trick one? Also, our partner just has a 12 count and has invited, opposite our what's supposed to be to give like a very strong opening bid range. So I mean, ducking trick 1 sets up the second spade trick. It's not enough to get us home unless we already have 3 diamonds, but in that case we could just run the diamond suit. Normally it's a good idea to let the opponents have their tricks early before they get a chance to signal. These opponents will not signal, but also before they get a chance to learn more about our hand, like both distribution-wise as well as high card structure. Like, let's say we win the spade ace, play a diamond to the ace, and play a diamond back towards the jack, and West wins. Now, East is going to be able to, well, West probably has a good sense of what's going on in diamonds, probably thinks we have the club ace, and might think that spades is hopeless, and will just find a heart switch, which could sink the contract. Whereas if we duck trick 1, and then, you know, East might win and continue spades, hoping that, I don't know, eventually they can get in a couple times and knock out our spade honors. It seems very unlikely to me that East will find a heart switch. Like, East is probably sitting on ace third or king third of hearts or something, or maybe even king jack third. And so it's, I don't think they're finding a heart switch at trick 2. So it looks completely safe to me to duck trick 1. Okay, I think I'm going to go with that. We do get a spade return. You know, one thing I hadn't considered is that if I had ducked a diamond to West while West still had a spade, West might have actually just continued a second spade, hoping that, I don't know, that East had false carded the queen at trick 1, or that I actually have no idea. Whereas now, if I duck a diamond to West, they're going to have nothing to do other than to switch to hearts, probably. Last consideration, should we be worried about East having a singleton diamond, like a singleton 10 or 9? We could pick up that holding. We could lead the king on the first round of the suit, and if East plays the 10 or 9, we could then run the jack, for example, or run the 8 to try and hold the losers in the suit to 1. It's not a crazy idea. It does blow a trick if East has like queen third of diamonds, but queen third feels somewhat unlikely to me. I mean, East is likely to have some heart length, right? West did not overcall heart over diamond, so I think East is likely to have 5 spades, probably 4 hearts, or could be 4 hearts. Like East could be 5-4-2-2, but if East is 5-4-3-1, they're more likely to have a singleton in diamonds than in clubs. Okay, well, let's give that some thought, because I do want to try my best to get a plus score on this one, if possible. I mean, it's a little concerning because I'm kind of showing off my entire hand if I do this, right? I play the king of diamonds, and then I play the jack of diamonds, and West eventually gets in. They're going to know to switch to hearts. Now, I'll still be okay if West has the jack of hearts. I can stick in the 10, and they can only lead through dummy once. Let me think about honors for a second. East is turned up with the king, queen of spades. I'm kind of placing them with a heart honor for their overcall, but they did not open in first seat. So it's not as if East can have ace of hearts, king, queen of spades, queen of diamonds, jack of hearts. I mean, that would be 12. They can't have all of that. Okay, I'm getting more and more on board with this plan of king of diamonds. Hopefully East plays a singleton 10 or 9 or something, and then lead the jack. Yeah, East can't have both the ace king of hearts and the king queen of spades. They would have opened. So West must have at least one of those cards. But if West had both of them, then East probably doesn't have enough to overcall spade. I don't know. All right, I've said I'm on board. Let's do it. King of diamonds. East plays the 3. Not great news. Down 1. Tough. Well, we weren't wrong. Queen of diamonds was offside, but nothing we can do. Jack of hearts was offside as well. The defense found the right time to switch to hearts. On to 15. We have a 13 count. Let's open a club. Partner bids a diamond. We're supposed to bid a spade conventionally. Which I tend not to like this, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around. Have I ever seen the robots bid a diamond here with a game-forcing hand and a 4-card major? I don't think I have. So this kind of makes me tempted to just bid a no trump and fake like I don't have spades. No, let's just go with the system. Oh, hello. 2 hearts, game forcing, 4th suit. Partner shows diamonds and clubs. Well, I mean, I'm not in love with my heart stopper, but I think I have to go on to 3 now. Okay. 3 of hearts lead. I mean, may as well put up the queen. It's possible West is leading from Jack 10, but that's like, you know, close to 25%, whereas if West is leading from the ace, we definitely want to put up the queen. Not great. East plays back the 2 of hearts, though, so this looks like hearts are splitting, which is good news. And it also looks safe to play low here. I've already denied 4 hearts, though. I guess they're going to figure out what to do. If I play low, they will definitely play another heart. All right, probably not much to this one for the time being. We will knock out the club ace. Eventually, we're going to have to decide if we're taking a spade finesse. Okay, or that could happen. 600. Yeah, not sure about that one. I mean, the opponents got off to the right lead. If we had played the 9 of hearts, it would have worked out brilliantly. West did have Jack 10 4th, so that's a little bit sad. But on to board 16, this is going to be the 2/3 mark once we finish this one. Diamond by West, a spade by East. I will overcall 2 clubs. Double support, 2 diamonds by East. So the opponents have a 4-3 spade fit. I'm now very happy to start introducing my heart suit. We're trying to outcompete them in diamonds. Oh, this is super weird though. Partner has 5 spades and couldn't bid. No, my hand's still just way too good to pass. But yeah, I think now that partner's bid 3 clubs, it's true, maybe there are some hands where 5 clubs could make, right? Give partner the king of hearts and the king of diamonds and the 10 of clubs, and we're like on a finesse, kind of. But I think it's, given what we've said, that partner must have 5 spades and couldn't act over a diamond, they're probably pretty weak. What? This is like the 3rd or 4th auction today that I'm just completely lost as to what's happening. Let me remind myself, going back to, where was it? Board 6. So opponents bidding like crazy after kind of suggesting a sign-off might mean like West's hand on this board 6, West had already misbid. Interesting. Okay. So on this hand, I wonder if that means West has already, because West could have bid 3 diamonds over 2 hearts and elected not to, which is kind of weird, right? But now they're content balancing vulnerable. And partner has now bid 3 hearts, which is insane, right? They could have passed 2 hearts if they had a heart fit. But now they're bidding 3 hearts. Oh, I'm so confused. I don't think I'm doubling them. While it's possible they're going down, I have no tricks in their suits, and the opponents haven't bid anything other than spades and diamonds. I think it's very possible that they might just have 4 spade tricks and, 5 diamond tricks, and they might get a ruff somewhere for a 10th trick. So yeah, and I'm not going to bank on us being able to cash 2 clubs and 2 hearts. That seems way too much. But I just really don't know if I should be bidding 4 hearts. So what is partner's hand? Partner's like 5, 4, 1, 3, or 5, 4, 2, 2? I mean, why would they bid 3 clubs as opposed to passing 2 hearts or raising to 3 hearts? This is just so insane to me. I mean, I really don't need much for 4 hearts to make. The king of hearts and king of clubs would be great. Okay. I mean, maybe it's a good save against 4 diamonds. I just don't know. This blows my mind. How could this possibly be partner's hand? Well, okay, we get a spade lead. Definitely gonna put up the king. It doesn't help me to get multiple spade tricks. I mean, all that's gonna happen is I'm gonna try and pull trumps and set up the club suit. We'll need to think about what to do if he switches to a club. I mean, I probably hop up with the ace, but I'm not sure. Yeah, this is a really scary play. Because it looks like they're going to get a club ruff, and it also looks like there's nothing I can do about it. So East has the ace of spades. East probably has a diamond card. I mean, they should have the ace or king of diamonds. West did not lead the diamond suit. But East signed off in 2 diamonds here over the support double. Let's try and piece together the opponent's hands, because I'm thinking I should definitely fly the ace of clubs here. But then the question will be, do we want to go ace of hearts and a heart, playing West for the heart king in addition to the club king? It's starting to look like yes, we do, and this could at least prevent a club ruff. So they'll end up getting a spade, a diamond, a club, and a heart. We'll go down 1. But if I were to win the ace of clubs and play a diamond, trying to get to dummy to take a heart finesse, West will win and go king of clubs, club, and now West will still get the king of hearts. So if West did not have the king of hearts, what does West's hand look like? I guess West would have I don't think it's possible. Now, maybe West didn't lead from the ace king of diamonds, and in that case I could see East having the heart king. But if West just has ace queen of diamonds, king of clubs, jack of spades, that's not an opening bid. Okay. I'm prepared. Let's go ace of hearts and a heart. King of hearts was offside, which is good news. They do cash the king of clubs and the ace of diamonds. And they get the ruff anyway. Nothing we could do. Down 2, but now the jack of spades becomes important. East has the jack of spades, so 4 diamonds was making. They lose a heart, a club, and 1 spade. They can double hook the king-queen. Or maybe we're going to do that for them if we lead a spade at some point. So ultimately, I mean, maybe a good sacrifice. Obviously, they could have doubled us. Probably should have doubled. West is sitting over here with 2 tricks in our suits, clubs and hearts. I still have no idea what Partner's Auction was intended to show. Anyway, minus 100, I mean, again, kind of similar to board 1, I guess. Could be a decent result, but on to 17. We have an 11 count again. Past us in 3rd seat. We'll open a heart. Partner's bid Drury. I have no interest in looking for game. We get a heart lead, and I'm sorry, partner, we are cold for game. I mean, not really. The opponents can take 4 tricks or maybe even 5 off the top, but when they lead trumps, it looks pretty good for us. Guess I'll play the queen. I mean, I don't expect to make more than 10 tricks here, but I may as well play out a few tricks and see if the opponents somehow give me clubs. Looks like the answer is no. All right, fair enough. East, okay, never mind. We'll move on. $170. Don't know about that one. You know, East could have trotted out a 2 diamond bid over the 2 club. Drury bid, and that would have got them a diamond lead. I mean, that might have got them to a diamond contract, I guess. Both of which would have been better than letting us score 170. On to board 18, we have an 18 count. Let's open a club. Diamond on our left, which makes our hand a little bit worse. A spade by partner. 2 hearts on our right. Something's not adding up about this hand. The opponents have both indicated strength and partners showed some high cards, and I don't think any of those things is true. Maybe East has a diamond fit for their 2 heart bid. So first thing we need to do is decide how many spades we're bidding, I guess, because it now feels like rebidding 2 no is not a good idea. Like, I'm almost tempted to just bid 2 spades. Is that insane? My trump suit is very weak. Diamonds are quite bad. Ace third of hearts is like not actually such a good holding with East bidding 2 hearts. Hearts could be 5, 3, 3, 2 around the table. I mean, 2 spades is very conservative. We could bid 3 spades, which, you know, if it had just gone a club, a spade, that would have been our rebid. Let me think about some hands partner could hold and whether or not 4 spades makes any sense. So let's say partner has ace, king, 5th of spades and nothing else. Doubleton club, 3 small hearts, 3 small diamonds. We have 2 diamond losers. We can pitch a heart on a club. We lose a heart. We're going to need the trumps to split. And I mean, this is a pretty good hand from partner. That's one where if we bid 3 spades, partner will definitely bump us to 4. And it's somewhat anti-percentage, I think, especially with the opponents doing all this bidding. It feels very unlikely suits are splitting well. No, I'm masterminding this one. We're bidding 2 spades. Fingers crossed. Okay. Probably bad news for us, but I guess we'll find out in a minute. I mean, maybe it's not bad news for us, because even if we bid 3 spades, I don't think partner's gonna bid game. Okay, well, queen of diamonds went to the ace, so most of our diamonds are set up. King of hearts comes back. It's starting to sound like East probably has the spade ace. Otherwise, they really just don't have enough values for their 2 heart bid. But it's also kind of starting to sound like East must have the spade queen as well. Maybe there's not much we can do about this one, but I think we probably should play 3 clubs pitching 3 hearts. So let's do that now. Okay, and let's lead a spade to the 10, I suppose. Now what? I mean, one question I have is, where do I think the field is going to end up? I kind of think they're going to end up in three spades, which means that this is a real dilemma, because everyone's going to be in a spade part score. So if West has 6 diamonds, 3 clubs, 1 heart, and 3 spades, that's possible. If West has 6 diamonds, 4 clubs, 1 heart, they have 2 spades, though. But wait a second. If it's right to play a diamond to the jack... Well, diamonds could be 5-2. Okay. Let's pause for a second, because diamonds could be 5-2. And that makes playing a diamond very reasonable. Well, then playing a diamond would be correct. So what is East's hand? East has the ace of spades. We don't know if it's singleton or doubleton. The queen, 10-9, 5th of hearts. It seems somewhat likely to me that East has another trump. Because I'm not certain East would risk leading the queen of diamonds. Like, certainly if East was like 1-5, 1-6 in shape, they would not be leading the singleton queen of diamonds with the singleton ace of spades in their hand. So I think East was angling for a ruff, and in that case, cashing the spade king feels like the right thing to do. Let me think for a second about West's hand. So West has turned up with the singleton king of hearts, the queen of spades, and the ace of diamonds. Probably... Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the robot tendencies, because if West has 6 diamonds, they might have preempted 2 diamonds. So I'm kind of coming back to that as my guess about what's happening with West's hand. Like, what would East have led if they had queen doubleton of diamonds and a bunch of small clubs and the ace doubleton of spades? I mean, like... I feel like they might lead a club, so that's kind of pulling me in the direction of East is likely to have a singleton diamond. I mean, if we're playing East for a doubleton diamond and a singleton spade, then they have 5 clubs. Really not a whole lot to go on. All right, let's just do this. Down one. Too bad. Feel like that might be the way this day's going. I am guessing a lot of things wrong. This has not felt like as good a set as yesterday, which is unfortunate because, you know, we need to put together 3 pretty big sets back to back to back to have a good showing in this. 12 count here. We'll open a diamond, partner bids a heart, we'll bid a no trump. Partner bids 2 clubs, new minor forcing. What am I supposed to do with this? I'm not familiar with like one-way new minor. So in theory, I'm supposed to bid 2 diamonds. What do they think 2 no-shows? Wait, it's the same bid. These are the exact same description. Cool. Maybe a bit of a gap in the system. They could add a little bit of extra texture to one of these bids. I mean, normally I would prefer to stay lower. So I guess I'll bid 2 diamonds. Partner bids 2 no. Now again, we have to make this decision. 5-card diamond suit, but kind of minimum in high cards. I guess I'm just gonna let this one go. And we get a club lead. Wonderful. But 3 clubs, 4th best. Looks like we're not in danger of losing too many club tricks. We have 2 heart losers. We will be losing a diamond trick. And we have to decide if we're going after diamonds or hearts. It looks right to go after diamonds, but I haven't thought about it too much. So if we go after diamonds, I'm probably just going to lead the 10 of diamonds and duck it. And I mean, this will be great against 3-3 splits. We can also pick up like an 8 doubleton of diamonds in West's hand. Although we're probably not going to then cross and run the 9 of diamonds. I mean, maybe we will. Actually, that's kind of an interesting thought. Do we run the 10 of diamonds and then run the 9 of diamonds, or do we just then bang the ace-king? Because we're not really picking up a ton of extra holdings by just running the 10 and then playing the ace-king, especially because I think East is likely to cover if we are in the situation where running the 10 of diamonds will just win. So anyway, what happens if we play on hearts instead? I lead a low heart to the jack. I lead a low heart to the 9, probably. That does not seem as good a plan. I mean, in the worst case scenario, we take no heart tricks, whereas in diamonds, at least we'll be picking up an extra trick if the suit's 4-2. Okay, let's win the ace and run the 9 of diamonds. Another club comes. I guess I'll play low on this trick. Interesting. Seems right to continue setting up our diamonds, yeah? they are set up. How nice of East. Okay. But now what? We have to maybe guess the spade suit for an extra trick here. So 3 tricks. We already have 3 tricks. We have 4 more. And yeah, it looks like we need to guess the spades to make our contract at this point. Now, I could cash 2 diamonds, pitching say a spade and a heart, and then cross to the king of clubs and exit a heart, and hope that the opponents like get end played into leading spades. But I think they have too much communication to get put in that position. It feels much better for me to just guess the spade suit, right? If that was what I was playing for, I could just lead a spade to the 10 right now. So how do I want to guess spades? Well, West led a club against this auction where no one has bid spades. Clubs look like they're 4-3, but East, upon getting in, did not continue setting up partner's club suit, which might make me think that East is likely to have most of the missing high cards. So that would include the spade king and the heart ace, would be my guess. So I guess that would probably indicate playing a low spade to the 10. Additionally, there's kind of this consideration that especially against the robot opponents, when we lead a low spade here, West is very likely to hop up with the king if they have it, because they might be worried that they could just cash out if they duck this trick, or we could just cash out if they duck this trick. So yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance that if we lead a low spade, West will play the king if they have it. So I think that seems like there are 2 indications for playing low to the 10. And nope, not today. Well, that is highly disappointing that it looks like not only did West not fly the king of spades, but we have misguessed. I don't think there's any real hope for making an extra trick if we go up with the spade ace here, so I may as well hope that I've done the wrong thing before. I did not. And we are down 1. Unlucky. We didn't know anything about the hard honor location, but yeah, this was really weird actually. So I think my inference is generally good against strong opponents here. East got in on this club trick. I guess I can pull it up here. I know people in the past have complained that I talk in the bottom right. Club to the ace, diamond to the jack, club to the jack. Now normally, if you're the one who's looking at a bunch of strength, you kind of want to set up your suits and no trump. So East switching to diamonds here, you know, they could have continued clubs, setting up their partner's club suit. And so the fact that East didn't continue clubs made me believe that East was the one who's likely to have the missing honors. Because if East had all of the ace of hearts, king of spades, as I was expecting, then it's possible from their perspective West had no entry to the long clubs. So how could it be useful to play a third round of clubs? It would set up a winner, but West might not have any way to get there. So yeah, this was a little weird to me, and this is what got me to go wrong in the spade suit. Well, on to board 20, we got 5 boards to go. 2 passes, a heart's opened on our right. We'll overcall spade, of course, with our 13 count. 2 hearts by West, 2 spades by our partner, 3 hearts by East. Now, the robots don't play maximal doubles, although apparently double shows nothing about my hand. On top of the 1 spade overcall, double would show that I have 2 or more hearts. Not really a useful thing to express. Like, I do have defense this time. Ace of spades is probably a trick. King of clubs could easily be a trick. Ace jack of hearts could be 2 tricks. I would only need 1 trick from partner, who I'm currently playing for 0 high cards, for 3 hearts to go down. So I like the prospects on defense. I think similar to yesterday, I'm not certain partner will ever sit if we double 3 hearts. So if we want to get a plus score in that contract, it's probably the right thing to do is to just pass here. Yeah, and prospects and 3 spades don't look all that great. I mean, maybe partner has 4 trumps or something, and then they can balance 3 spades. But I would love to have a way to get plus 200 in this spot, and maybe the way to do it is to pass. You know, we could easily just score 200 the hard way, getting 6 tricks on defense. Okay, partner balances 3 spades, so be it. I'm not raising to game, but here we are. Well, I mean, it looks like we probably were getting 200. We seem to have 3 heart tricks, the ace of spades, a club trick, maybe even a diamond trick against 3 hearts. I don't really blame partner for deciding to bid 3 spades with 4 card support, but we might have missed an opportunity. Anyway, in spades, we have a spade loser, 2 diamonds, and a club at the very least. Gonna have to guess the club suit, and also gonna have to pick up the spades for 1 loser. I think we should have opportunities to do both of those things. So let's take the heart finesse. And I guess I'm gonna play a heart over to take a spade finesse. All right, they have guessed the clubs for us, although we were kind of already planning to play the suit this way. Well, I don't know if we could call this the moment of truth. Actually, there's probably a fairly safe way to go about this. I was thinking I might need to decide if I'm roughing a club or laying down the spade ace. I think we can do a little better. I can rough the jack of hearts and then take a spade finesse. And if trumps are 2-2, I can just claim I rough my club. And if trumps are 3-1, I have to rough the club. But there's no way East gets a trump promotion, so that seems safe to me. All right, spades have split, so we can rough our club and score up 140. And the opponents were losing, I mean, just an enormous number of tricks and hearts. They were going to lose 3 trumps, 2 clubs, and a spade for down 200 the hard way, as I said. We almost did the right thing. Just, I think, difficult in general to double them in 3 hearts in those auctions. Most players will play some sort of like maximal double if you don't have space to make real game tries. So no way for our hand to make a penalty double, even though we kind of wanted to. And regardless, it's going to be hard for partner to sit with 4-card support. So maybe a flat board there. 4 boards to play. Pass, pass. We get to open a diamond in 3rd seat. Partner bids a spade. And I think we're happy to pass. I was maybe drawn towards a no-trump bid just because we're so flat. But generally, I believe it tends to be right to just pass your partner in a potential 4-3 in these spots. Ooh. Partner, we need to have a talk about what constitutes an opening bid. So we're just cold for 5 spades here. This is insane. Or 5 hearts. Gross. I mean, maybe they get a ruff. I think it's very possible they get a heart ruff here. Still. Ugh. That's disgusting. 10 count with 5-5 in the majors. Okay, well, hopefully we'll have some company. But I do kind of wonder if the field is going to end up in, oh my god, West had the singleton heart. We actually did steal a trick there at the end, because here, we can pull this up and take a look. Jack of hearts, we won the ace, played the queen of spades, and West was trying to get over to partner's hand for a ruff. Now, if East had played the king of spades on this trick, they would have been able to then pull another trump, and they will score their hearts. But of course, East doesn't really know what's going on in the spade suit. I mean, it probably looks weird to them that we started by leading the queen, but I guess it's possible. West has ace-jack doubleton, so they were afraid of squashing partner's other spade honor and end up ducking, which allows us to ruff our hearts good using dummy's trump. All right, 3 boards to go, diamond by East, so I don't know how that's going to score. I mean, it doesn't feel great, because even if they do end up pulling our trumps, we still make 4 on the board. So East opens a diamond, we will overcall heart. Spade by partner, I'm happy to bid a no trump. 13 plus high card points, barely. We're barely in there with our 13 count. We get a club opening lead. All right. Well, 9 and 13 is 22. And we know East is limited to 13 because we have the best hand at the table. So West has 5 high card points, or maybe even more. Probably in the 5 to 7 range, 5 or 6 maybe. We do not have a lot of tricks at our disposal. At least not right now. Yeah, I guess this means our first question is going to be, are we playing king of spades and a spade to the jack, or are we playing king of spades and a spade to the 9? Certainly the only way to make 5 spade tricks is to go king of spades, spade to the jack. But I think East is a heavy favorite to hold the spade queen. Let's see what happens at trick 1 in the club suit. East plays the 10. Now this could be from queen jack 10. You know, we also have the option of just going king of spades, spade to the ace, I suppose. That'll pick up queen doubleton or 10 doubleton in East's hand, as well as all the 3-3 breaks. We end up losing to a small doubleton with East, though, which I'm not super thrilled about because I would still like to kind of push the board when West has Queen 10, fourth of spades. So that's why I was thinking King of spades, spade to the 9 would be reasonable. Well, we'll definitely win the King of clubs. Okay. So let's give East the King, Queen, Jack of diamonds. And the Queen, Jack, 10 of clubs. That's 9. I think East is likely to have a heart on her. If West had all of the hearts, they might have been a no trump over our 1 heart overcall. So but that still kind of leaves room for East to have the spade queen. I mean, maybe if East had like ace of hearts, king, queen, jack of diamonds, queen, jack of clubs, that's 13, and they don't have room for it. But East could have the queen of hearts. It's just kind of starting to sound as if West is likely to have a heart stopper, and therefore if West had any other high cards, they might have been a no trump on the first round of the auction. So that's why I'm thinking East is likely to have the spade queen. Okay. I think I'm sold on king of spades, spade to the 9. Long thought from West, 7 of spades. Okay, East also apparently high-lowing in the spade suit. Oh, well, I mean, if the 10 pops up, like, there's no way West would play the 10 from 10 third here. That would just blow a trick. I guess I'll stick in the jack. Look at that. Although, I do think West has the queen of spades remaining. So West did have queen 10 fourth. Which I believe is a pretty good indication the ace of hearts is on side. Otherwise, West would presumably have too many high cards to pass. Queen of diamonds switch now. Wow. Sure. Yeah, I think we can duck this trick. Let me give this some thought. If I play the ace and cross to the club ace and cash a spade pitching a heart and then lead a heart, it's possible the opponents can cash out. Whereas if I duck this trick and West switches to clubs, I could win the ace, play a spade pitching a heart, and lead a heart. They can cash 2 clubs, but I pitch diamonds. Yeah, this looks good. And if West continues diamonds, I can set up my 4th diamond. Let's think this one through for a second, because yeah, East has to have started with 4 diamonds since they don't have 4-4 in the majors, right? Therefore, we can duck this, confidently finesse on the way back, and Or, oh, East had also pitched a diamond. I don't even know what I was thinking. But it looks like they're down to the ace of hearts and jack of clubs. Okay, made 2. I mean, feels like we might have earned some match points on that one at the very least. We did work out how to score an extra trick in the ending. 2 boards to play. We have what appears to be a 13 count, 6-card spade suit. We'll open a spade. Ooh. Okay. I mean, we have a very nice hand. So partner's game forced. They have 5 or more hearts. And East has preempted in our void. How much do we need for 7 hearts to make? Let's give partner a singleton spade, because I don't want to, I don't want to just say, oh, if partner has the king of spades, the ace, queen of hearts, and the king of diamonds, we're gin, which is true, and that's only a 12 count, but we don't want to give partner the perfect hand yet. So what would we need if partner has a singleton spade? I guess we don't really need that much. Like ace, queen of hearts, king, queen of diamonds. Let me just think how the play would go. If partner is singleton, ace, queen, let's say 5th. There's a good chance partner has 6 or maybe even 7 trumps. But ace, queen, 5th, king, queen, 4th, and 3 small. East leads a club, we ruff. We go ace of spades, spade, ruff. We might need a little bit more than this to make 7 hearts. But a Grand Slam is definitely in the picture. So how do I want to approach this? Is 5 clubs exclusion? No. Let me fish around in their convention system to see if there's a bid that I want to make that isn't 4 no trump. Wow. 5 diamonds, 5 hearts, and 5 spades all show the exact same hand. Okay. So 4 no trump is key card and hearts. Partner shows 1 with 5 diamonds. I can bid 5 spades asking about the queen. And if partner then bids 6 diamonds showing the diamond king and the heart queen, I don't know, getting to 7 might be a little bit challenging. But all right, let's do it. This has oddly familiar vibes to board 13, where an opponent preempted and then everything went haywire as we went fishing for a slam. And like ultimately it wasn't a bad slam that we got to. It just everything went poorly. But I was constructing some like fairly minimal hands in terms of shape for partner, and it looked like slam still had some play. Partner has 0. All right, let's give partner a terrible hand. King of clubs, queen jack. I'm going to give him 6 hearts now that they have 0 key cards. Queen jack, 6th of hearts, the king, 3rd of clubs. I mean, they gotta have both kings now. King of spades, king of diamonds. Partner's hand's protected from an opening club lead, which is good, I think. So I believe our line of play would basically be like heart to the queen at some point. I don't know what East is going to lead, but we'll play 2 rounds of trumps. If the opponents take the ace of hearts and play a 3rd trump, hopefully the spades come home. I mean, that's maybe not a great plan because East is likely to have a singleton spade for their bidding. But, ooh, maybe East will lead their singleton spade. So if East is like 1-1 in the majors, like 1-1-3-8, they could lead their stiff spade, and our spade spots are now going to allow us to pick up the spade suit. Okay. The wheels are turning. I still think I like the plan of just looking for slam on this one. So let's I guess I'll ask about the queen. You know, like, is it possible partner has no key cards and no queen of trumps? Maybe. I don't really want to clue the opponents in that partner has the king of one of the other suits, because like I'll bid 5 diamonds, partner's gonna bid 5 spades, saying, hey, I have the spade king. That's fine. Here we go. 6 hearts. Let's do it. Singleton spade lead, king of clubs. Okay. Could have done better. We could have ended up in 6 spades. Oh. Well, I mean, we're here now, so let's rough the opening lead, and then we'll figure out where to go from there. I think I'm going to lead the king of hearts. So obviously if West takes the ace of hearts, that's great, right? We can then just pull trumps and run the spades. If West ducks, I can cross to the diamond king, ruff a club, and then play the ace jack of diamonds, throwing my other club loser. Actually, maybe it's simpler than that. Maybe I could just play for clubs to be 8-2, and I could then cross to the diamond queen and continue pulling trumps. Well, I'll think about what to do if we get to that spot. I wonder what they think East has in terms of club length. They say 7 or more clubs. Yeah, it's a little bit risky to not pitch the club loser. But okay, let's play the king of hearts. Oh, West just wins the ace. Plays a diamond, which holds, and we can claim. Oh my god, spades were 4-0. Okay, clubs were 8-2. We were going to make it. Both lines of play that I was thinking of would have worked. But 14-30, bullet dodged there. You know, we didn't really have space to explore whether or not spades or hearts were the right fit. And our spade suit was a little shaky. Partner easily could have had a better heart suit and fewer spades. But we do get to the slam. Hopefully that will be a good board to maybe turn around our little mess of a session. I'm not going to speculate on what we're doing. We definitely have a couple boards that look like zeros, though, which is not good news. Last board of the set, we have a 13 count. West opens a diamond. Our partner overcalls a spade. Oh, this hand looks like a bit of a nightmare as well. There are several bids that occur to me, which all have some merit. I mean, let's start with the elephant in the room. 2 hearts is like probably an okay bid. I don't think there's anything wrong with bidding 2 hearts. We have 5 small trumps. It is our worst suit, but if partner has 3-card heart support, like ace third or king third, and you know, we're gonna need a lot for game to make. They'll need a heart honor, probably the club ace, and one of the ace king of diamonds, which would be asking an enormous amount, although it's possible. We'll still need the trumps to split and a bunch of other good luck, like no club ruff, for example. But still, game could make, and I think hearts would be one of the more likely strains. I mean, no trump also possible if partner has better diamonds. On that thought process, 1 no trump is not a terrible bid. Like, we have this 13 count. It's true, maybe the opponents can run some diamonds, which would be bad news. But even if they do, we're only at the 1 level. We have our fair share of points. Partner's turned up with nothing, and yet we're still planning to take like 4 or maybe 5 tricks in our own hand. So 1 no likely to make. And of course, if partner has a pretty good hand over there, we could still get to game this way. The downside of 1 no is that we might end up playing in 3 no with no diamond stopper, right? Like, imagine if partner has a pretty good hand, they're going to count on us for the diamond stopper for the 1 no bid. So, I mean, pass comes to mind. Pass not crazy, right? Like, if we were to bid 2 hearts, I think the robots play 2 hearts as non-forcing. I've seen them pass these new suit advances before. And it's very possible that spades is a better suit than hearts if partner doesn't have a fit, right? Like, give partner queen doubleton of hearts, we might lose 4 heart tricks, or, you know, on a bad day, 5 heart tricks. Whereas in spades, our ace king doubleton of spades is going to nicely fill in partner's spade suit. But I think I am drawn to the 2 heart bid. If partner has 6 spades, they can rebid 2 spades. That's great news. We're happy to either pass or maybe even raise them. If partner raises our hearts to the 3 level, we'll spend a little bit of time thinking about it and probably end up passing, but we'll see. And obviously, if partner drops us in 2 hearts, we just hope that we've done okay. So I think I like this plan. Ooh, hello. West, with at most 13 high card points, and a partner who couldn't do anything, has decided to continue bidding in my auction, of all things. I think not. Apparently double shows strong diamonds. I mean, the good thing at this point is we know partner doesn't have a heart fit, so that means, well, maybe that's bad news. That means we're less likely to take tricks in the other suits, because the opponents are longer in hearts and they actually just have all of the heart values. This also makes me think, though, that how many tricks were we going to lose in hearts? I mean, we probably lose 2 diamonds and 3 hearts at the very least. Like, partner cannot have heart support, right? They did not bid 3 hearts over 3 diamonds. I mean, maybe we were going minus in 2 hearts, and now we should just be content and pass them out. I still think there's a decent chance. Like, partner could have had ace doubleton or king doubleton of hearts. We might lose 2 diamonds and 3 hearts and nothing else, right? Partner has the ace of clubs. We've already given up over tricks and a part score today. Let's do it again. All right, Pard, hit me with the best opening lead you've got. Ace of hearts. That actually looks like a pretty good lead, because if it's a singleton, great. Partner crosses to us in spades, we start giving him heart ruffs. If it's not a singleton, then partner's probably continuing a second heart, and this will cut communication to all those good hearts in the dummy. Like West has king jack doubleton, and it doesn't look like that 6 of diamonds is an entry, the 10 of clubs is not an entry, queen of spades is not an entry. So I think we're gonna get all of our tricks on this one. Okay, brief pause before I give partner a heart ruff, because I did notice when I was scrolling through the bids on the auction, my double has showed 1 or fewer spades. Now obviously, when the spade trick goes small, queen, king, small, there's no way Declare has the ace of spades. But I'm a little worried if I give partner a heart ruff, they're not gonna switch to clubs. So I could play a club myself. I don't know. Let's just give partner the heart ruff. Oh, nope, no heart ruff coming. That's fine though, because I have now stranded the dummy. So we're gonna get whatever club tricks we have coming, and just thinking, should I risk roughing this and give Declare an entry in the 4 of diamonds? I was not paying that close attention to the first diamond trick, but I think I'm content to just pitch a heart, let Declare a ruff. Oh no. Did I goof? Well, we got it too. Partner had the jack of diamonds. I didn't think too hard about the defense. I really should have. I'm sorry, partner. I mean, plus 300 is probably a fine result, but could we have got this 5 before we look at the terrible score we got on the set? I'm keeping everyone in suspense. Ace of hearts, spade switch, heart back. I mean, obviously Declare could have played a heart pitching a club here, and the fact that they didn't was something that kind of threw me off a bit. They roughed a spade, played the king of diamonds, jack of spades, I threw a heart. They played a club. Partner did give me high-low in the club suit. So if I exit the 10 of diamonds, can I do better? Gibbs says no. Let me just click through a couple of cards and see why. So what does Declare do from here? Oh, sure. They could exit a diamond, and then partner plays back a spade. And they ruff, and now they lead a low club to the 10. And then when I play back the 4 of clubs, they take a finesse. I don't think they were going to find that line of play. Maybe they were, I don't know. I guess anything's possible. But yes. So they could technically still have gotten out for 300, but maybe they would not have. Well, nice board to finish with. We didn't need the 500. Nice couple of boards to finish with, but we only got a 60 and change today. That's unfortunately probably not going to cut it. We have a couple of 100% results. I mean, the last board, obviously, and then board 4? I don't even remember board 4. I opened 2 no. Partner transferred me to hearts, and then bid 3 no. I guess that means the field is just bidding 4 hearts over 3 no unilaterally. Surprising. Well, one question I have about these results is, are we expected to go up or down? Because I'm noticing that for the top boards we have 21 compares, but then towards the bottom we only have 16. That I actually don't know how this works. Like, normally if you're looking like at the results on a burner with 1 round to go, you can kind of count up how many tops you have and how many bottoms you have, and that'll give you a sense of like whether or not you're moving up, because tops just continue to be tops and you earn 1 match point against the field for all of those. But here, since we've already gotten our percentage scores, it's not like board 1 or board 4 or board 24 or whatever are gonna somehow earn us more match points throughout the day. These percentages are gonna remain the same. So I think our percentage is probably pretty close to being accurate for where we're gonna end on the day. Board 10 obviously was a 0. That was understandable. I mean, when we're cold for 4 hearts and we double the opponents in a part score and then they make an over trick, it's not a good look. And then board 14 was also pretty close to a 0. That one's a little surprising to me because we got to a fine contract. I mean, the bidding looked pretty normal to me. Maybe people aren't bidding a no trump with our hand and instead bid 2 clubs. So maybe they're not getting to game. But I expected a lot of the field to rebid a no trump, partner raises to 2 no, and then going to 3 no on the strength of our jack of spades being a second stopper and the 5-card diamond suit felt reasonable. And we were very close to making it. I mean, if West had the jack of hearts, or if East had the queen of diamonds, or if the opponents didn't work out to switch to hearts. So that feels a little bit unfair. To score less than 10% on that one. Board 3 was not great, but we kind of knew that. 2 hearts going down 4. We opened a no trump on the singleton and ran into a chainsaw of 6-1 trumps against us. Board 13, also not great, getting to 6 clubs and going down 3, but we did have some company in that one, 17%. Still, some good results to back things up. I mean, I'm not going to go over everything, but board 8, we had a good score for getting to 4 hearts and making it. And then some of the other ones we looked at, obviously board 1, 3 clubs down 2 was a great start. So 60 and change, gonna put us, I don't know if we'll drop. We were in 28th position at the start of the day. We might be somewhere around 28th again starting tomorrow, but with only 1 day left to play. It's looking like we'll need a really, really good session if we want to win. We're just going to show up and try and play some good bridge again tomorrow. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you all next time.